Hi, this is Yvette Francina from SearchSoftwareQuality.com here at STAREAST with Bob Galen, who was one of our presenters. Bob, tell us about STAREAST and what you've been talking about out here.
So thank you, Yvette, for inviting me in. I had a half-day workshop that was talking about agile adoption from a leadership perspective. So we were really covering more from a management practices, patterns for how to adopt agile, how to lead it into an organization, some of the anti-patterns, the resistance change patterns, how it takes patience. I think it takes time to adapt and to move agile into an organization. It was a pretty vibrant workshop. Had maybe 70, 75 attendees, a lot of breakouts, a lot of energy, and so I was really pleased with the results. And people have been walking up to me and talking to me about agile adoption during the conference. So I think it hit a sweet spot. There's a lot of people out there not only adopting agile, but struggling a little bit from a leadership perspective.
What's your biggest piece of advice to managers in a shop that's adopting agile?
I think, and it was test manager or QA manager focused. I think it's get help. And I know that sounds self-serving, and I don't mean it to be self-serving as a consultant or as a part-time consultant, but it really is go get internal help, go get some expertise, don't go it alone. You need guidelines. We were talking about the notion of self-directing teams, and a lot of agile adoptions in companies, they just sort of pull a team together, they give them an agile book, or they give them a training class, and then they sort of throw them into the waters and say, be agile, and they let them alone. And then they wonder why they're not being successful, or they're not producing results, and they're not giving them enough guidance or enough guidelines or enough guardrails, I call them. And so you really want to bring some, if you don't have those guardrails or that expertise, go get some help, go get a coach, and bring them in for a short period of time, and figure out what the right guidelines and the right sort of focus points are for your team. That is, I think, the key for getting going. The other part of the key is be patient with yourself. Realize it's an iterative model, and that you don't have to boil the ocean at once. So you can learn things in little snippets or little sprints. So just start sprinting. So go get some help, and then just dive in and start sprinting. And I think things sort themselves out pretty quickly.
You're going to be at Agile Development Practices West coming up, is that right?
I am going to be at Agile Development Practices. I'm lucky enough, I'm honored to be doing a keynote out there. So I'm partially frightened and daunted and partially very excited about it. But it's going to be on the role of product owner. So another, I think you know this, another interest area of mine is the role of product owner, the Scrum product owner, that customer interface, and writing backlogs and writing user stories and stuff. So the nature of most of my talks out there will be wrapped around the product owner role and backlogs and story writing.
And are you going to be in Salt Lake City at Agile 2011 as well?
Good question, and yes I am. And again, in this case, I'm going to be talking about leadership, and more from an agile leadership and a maturity perspective. So take the talk here at STAREAST and generalize it, and that's what we'll be talking about out at Agile. So I'm almost overloading on conferences, so yes, I'll be around.
Well, I'll be looking forward to seeing you there.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye now.